Each year, the Lawyers' Indemnity Fund receives many reports from lawyers who've made mistakes in drafting wills. Here is one example. The client wanted his estate to go equally to his 3 adult sons. The twist was that if one of his sons predeceased him, he did not want that son's children to take that 1/3 share. The first draft of the will had the usual provision that if any of the adult sons predeceased the client, the grandchildren would receive that share. The client caught the error, and the lawyer added a section to say that only the client's surviving sons would take under the estate. The problem was that the signed will had both sections. One section providing the gift over to the grandchildren, the other section saying that only the surviving sons would receive the gift. Happily, we were able to correct the error. Here are a few tips for avoiding an error like that. First, which seems obvious but we can't stress it enough, practice mindful proofreading. Here are a few ideas. Set aside the draft for a day or so, or even a few hours, so that you can see it with fresh eyes. Do not rely on your assistant. Carefully check their work. You are responsible for their errors. Or have someone else in your office who does not know the file read the will for obvious errors. Second tip, ask lots of questions, use a checklist, take notes, and make a record of the instructions and your advice. Find out, are there blended families? Is there a previous marriage? Is there a prior will? Are the client's assets identified correctly? Who exactly owns each asset? Are there any assets that won't be governed by the will? Third tip, watch out for risky retainers. This is when the will might surprise some family members. Your work will get extra scrutiny. Examples include when you're dealing with very elderly clients, blended families, big changes to a prior will, and when the client wants to favor one child over another. In these circumstances, take more time and care with the instructions, your legal advice, and your file documentation. Your clients will benefit, and so will you.